Today I have an extremely interesting look into the lives of Cain and Abel. As I began this study of looking for Jesus, foreshadowed in the Old Testament, I never thought that the account of Cain and Abel would make the list. However, to my sincere amazement, the foreshadowing of Jesus in the Cain and Abel account is so obvious. It's very humbling knowing that I've read over this account several times and I never saw it before. I can't wait to show you what I've discovered and anticipate the conversation that is sure to follow. Anyone can say that they love Jesus. All of us sitting here right now know people that say with their mouths that they love Jesus, but their actions prove otherwise. The power of God in a Christian's life, it changes you. The true account of Cain and Abel is one of many emotions and actions. We see the first two children of Adam and Eve. We witness sacrifice, jealousy, rage, rejection, and even death. We see an offering that has the respect of God and one that does not. We who are parents feel the pain and anguish that fell on Adam and Eve during this trying time. We don't know exactly why one of the offerings was accepted and one was not. I do believe that Abel's offering was accepted because Scripture mentions that he brought the firstlings of the flock and the fat thereof. Cain, it says, brought of the fruit of the ground without any real context other than that. Could it be that Cain offered the food that was not the biggest and best? Possibly. However, considering Abel killed the animal or animals and gave his first to be a blood offering, I cannot help but see the similar pattern from Adam and Eve's account where they try to cover themselves with the fig leaves, representing their own works. And God came down, slaughtered an animal, covering them with the fur, representing God's sacrifice. Cain, it seems, offered God what he had worked for by the tilling of the ground, while Abel offered an animal that God provided and grew. Genesis chapter 4, verses 8 through 10. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. I see the parallels between Abel and Jesus. Abel was a type of Christ and a foreshadow of Jesus in many ways. First of all, the fact that Abel was a shepherd. In John chapter 10, Jesus is called our great shepherd. All over the New Testament, Jesus is referred to as a shepherd and his followers are his flock. Abel offered a sheep. In fact, he offered the best sheep, a spotless lamb, which also refers to Jesus, the spotless lamb. Abel did nothing wrong, yet his own kin hated him, a shadow of the Jews hating Jesus, even though he did nothing wrong. Cain deceived Abel and killed him, the same way Jesus was betrayed with a kiss from Judas. Righteous Abel fell victim to a violent death, and Jesus also suffered a violent death. Cain in this account represents the Jewish people. After the death of Abel, Cain was cursed and banished from the land, foreshadowing the Jews being blinded by their stumbling block, that is, Jesus Christ.